Hey guys, gonna run through a quick game here, just the early game with the Iroquois is what I spawned as randomly. I head down south to the desert, so I can pick up Desert Faith, or I might just stick with Silver Pantheon. I got a couple of options depending on what other people go on. I'm still on the river. This is very important here, this order. I want to found my city before picking up this ancient ruin, because that affects the ancient ruins I can get. If I for sure just wanted to get culture, gold, then I would just pick up the ruins, but there's just so many other great things you can get, including upgrading your unit or an advanced technology. So I know that they stay down here. I want to go and find them. Let's get this on production. My mistake.
Well, China doing everything.
Send him further off into the desert. Try to cut this continent in half. This is about the time barbarians are starting to spawn, so we're going to keep our eyes open for encampments. Especially anything close by that we can take care of easily. Doesn't look like a bad start so far. Got plenty of wine. Gold. The only thing that I really wish I could have had is forests. The Iroquois receive special bonus from forests, but not everybody does, so it's basically like I'm just losing one of my special abilities. Who knows, maybe later on it'll come into play, but right now it's pretty grim for me. Plenty of city-states around.
Seven. So let's say Sammy does not like what I'm saying. You can call whatever you want, okay? It's a little long, but it's your call. It's great.
Gonna break up the scout and go with the shrine right now. Let's go back and get that scout later. It's not like it's important. We're covering a lot of ground here. It's always nice when you can have enough production to get scouts pumping out so you can discover the map as soon as possible. No point waiting for all that. Not too much left of this side to explore. We're really coming down to discovering the entirety of the map. Or at least everything that's immediately close by to me. This is a good time to start thinking about where we want to put our next city. Found our first AI, it's Russia, so we're definitely going to want to forward scout them. So it could be a good location here. Let's see what we can find.
So, it's a formality of it. Think of it like you think of red bush as an honor. Still, it's kind of like I'm your boss. Internet boss. Right. Yeah. Thanks. So when I left those things, did you get the own roles or what? 30 years ago, the Chinese burned down Rinpoche's monastery. And now what we did there was take it like 8 years ago. That Rinpoche died and is going to be reincarnated as this Rinpoche, a young boy. This condition has been posted. Wow. But I meant, like, what's the deal with Boris? Like, what's all this to him?
Alright, so now we're going to, some of this gold we accumulated to reach out and grab these hills over here. It's too bad they're so expensive, but this is why it's such a great thing that we met all those city-states. Let's grab a bunch of territory in order to boost our settler. That way we can forward scout. or put a forwarding base. I'm really finding a hard place to put the forwarding base. I might just have to put it right on top of this gold, which is very far away from my capital, which leaves it exposed. I'd rather not do that if I don't have to, but I don't really see what other choice I could have except for going for this copper. I want to push him back as much as possible. Going for mining. Barbarian encampment. Let's go for honor, see if there's any encampments around me that I can pick off. Of course there are. Now I know that, and I can start harvesting some culture from them. I feel like I've explored enough over here so I can put him on auto and he can find out the rest for me on his own. I don't really need to micromanage him from this point on, especially since I'm trying to just rush through here. For space, we're definitely going to go with desert tile, desert folklore. We're definitely going to have a first religion here unless Ethiopia is around. Let's subdue some barbs. It's unfortunate that I can't get onto a hill in this position, but it's not going to be too bad. This honor bonus is just so overpowering against early game barbs. Even my scouts can be a pain to contend with. Speaking of which, let's see if we have any horses nearby. This is a good time to commit to that. Settler is ready. Alright, we're going to go ahead and head towards this gold. It's probably going to be a little too close to their border, but I would like to squish them all the way up so they have no room to expand. I want to be able to have a clear shot of their capital whenever I'd like. I don't want to be weighed down by other cities that I have to get through. There's already a mountain range that I don't want to have to contend with later on. So I'm just going to keep on pushing forward. This archer, I'm just going to have to come back in a bit.
This is a exchange chat.
Pick up calendar here because I know that I'm going to be getting this wine soon. Almost to this gold. I really wish this area wasn't so far away. Actually, now that he's expanded, it's not worth it for me to stay here. So even though I'm losing 3 turns by going back, I feel like it's worth it. I didn't want to settle here anyway, to be honest with you. And now that his tiles expanded to that point, I don't mind losing the 3 turns to go back to a more secure location. I just don't like the ability to have him walk all the way straight up to my city and just fully heal himself up with some sort of strong unit. It's not worth it at all.
No, I do the movie. Psycho. Jimmy Hector was in the first. No, another loss. I'm the administrator here. Interim administrator.
Things in the hallway, laughing at people. It's unsanitary.
We're on it, man. But Stan here's gonna help you back to your room, alright? Alright. Hold on a second. You got your
Okay, took us forever to get this city. It's turn 30. We finally have 2 cities. It's my own fault for going all the way over there and walking all the way back. Sometimes you take a gamble and it pays off, and a lot of times it doesn't. Not the best so far, that's for sure. We'll get this worker up so we can go ahead and get that wine going. I want my pop to go up. So looks like we are going to be able to get horses soon, so we're going to research archery now. Make life easy for us. To mention these barbs over here, an archer would do wonders for us.
Machine-like sound, and then surgery. I appreciate your help. Not if you ask for it. No.
Alright, so the strategy at this point in the game is we're going to get our workers up. Jeez, that came out of nowhere. We're going to get our workers up and get these horses online. We're going to get to the tech to get chariot archers, and then we're just going to go after Moscow. They don't have too many obstacles in the way. Their city strength isn't particularly high. I'm really not too worried that we'll be able to contend with them unless they put a city down between me and their capital. It is a possibility, just hoping it doesn't happen. Yeah, they can put it right there on top of that gold if they want to. I'm hoping they get greedy and push a little bit further out, or I might catch them by surprise before they're even ready. Got our first worker. I'm going to send a scout to help me out with this barbarian encampment, because it looks like it's too much for my warrior to take care of. That's good, I was going to take care of that anyway. Give me a little bit of extra influence. Can't get those horses yet, but I can get these ones. I'd rather get these horses before I get the luxury. I don't need the luxury immediately. I have plenty of happiness because I started part of my cities on 2 luxury resources already. So I can just go straight for the horses and start pumping them out.
So, what?
So they did found their second city, but they found it on the coast away from me. That's great news. That gives me a little bit more time in order to get my army online before they just start colonizing closer and closer. Can't get chariot archers yet, so I'm going to go for some production. Since I already have 2 workers, I'm not really worried about pumping any more workers out. I also want to see if there's any iron nearby to strengthen my melee units. If not, it's not important. But right now, I'm really trying to look for any advantage that I can get. So I've already started off with a pretty weak game by my early blunders, so I want to make up for it. Basically, it's essential at this point of the game that I wipe this other player off the continent. If I don't, they're going to keep expanding and taking up resources and being more of a competition for me. And I need their cities, or at least their capital. So that's what I'm going to be working on for the rest of the game. If you guys like the series, let me know if there's anything else that you'd prefer me do. Leave it in the comments.